Hmm. Things are not working as they should, guys. I'm so sorry. Just realized that somehow my battery on my camera just died, and I did double check that yesterday. Well, I don't know if anyone is on now. There you go. Let's plug this baby. Okay, there you go. What did I do? I had like this really nice music going on, and now it just disappeared. Why don't you work? Oh yeah, wait. Bookmarks. Let's see. Yeah, so I found this guy that I really like as well. Just need to learn how to go to my albums. Browse? I'm so bad at this. Refer a friend. Spotlight. Ah, there you go. So I went to Spotlight. I found this really beautiful. There you go. Bam. There. Let's hope it's not too loud. I think it's good. Yeah. Let me know if you guys want the music louder. Now I need to go here. So we're online. There you go. Let's see. Is the camera working? Yep. Good. Nice. There you go. So. There you go. All set. Now let's get into it until everybody catches up with the stream. Alright. So basically, if people saw that I managed to do a very sped up version of the previous how do you call it, stream, I've tried to set up everything better. You guys don't see the glare, but right now I have a lot of glare around this one, so I'm not sure how I'm gonna paint, but it will be fine. There you go. Gonna grab onto my references that you also have on the screen. also gonna try to see how much I can progress with this one today. I managed to somehow put the camera so it doesn't distort too much the image. It's gonna be a big, I mean, it's not that big of a painting, but I've been working yesterday on the feathers. I can't show it right now. Should have taken some photos before I started this live stream so I can show you guys. But I can't do everything. I didn't even know if I'm gonna live stream today, but apparently it happened. So right now I'm gonna mix a little bit of my dark, get back into it, feel the painting again. I've also tried to put the microphone closer to me so you guys won't hear me weird. So right now I'm gonna try to pretty much nail everything in with this head, and then I'm gonna start painting the feathers. I think I found a nice way of painting feathers, but so far, I also want to do something super fast. I'm gonna I've double checked this so many times just to make sure that I have everything set up, but as always I keep missing some things. Okay, let's do this. And also, I can't take my easel lower. I'm also sitting down. I actually want to buy one of those chairs that I can move up and down, so it can be a little bit easier. I need to somehow sit on my leg. So basically right now we're just gonna render. Things were pretty wet on my canvas yesterday. softening edges. That's always good. It's always good to think about those edges. And try to use some cooler tones in here. Not sure if the camera will catch on those ones. They're quite small and sensitive to the eye. Well, you can still see them with your own eyes, but so we can have some variations. Yeah, I tend to like to mix a lot on the canvas, to be honest. It's really fun. Levator Zidus. Thank you. I'm trying my best here. Just so you know, if you write to me, it takes around 10 seconds to hear what I'm saying because I have a little bit of a lag since I want better quality. I don't know why I'm doing this live right now. I kind of said that I won't do it today, but I felt like doing it anyways. I kind of need to stand up to be able to see what I'm painting because I'm getting so much glare. I think you might be the only one right now on the live stream. Lord of Onions, welcome back. I'm trying to continue on the birth since the last stream. And it's kind of tricky because I have a lot of glare, so I need to like stand up so I can see from the same angle my camera sees. So it is a little bit annoying. I really want to make this eye look amazing. Let's see if I can do it. I'm gonna brighten up a little bit for you guys as well. Let's see if I brighten up to... There you go, just a little bit so you can see the eye. I'll take the exposure down afterwards. kind of interesting, the eye that I'm working from. I mean, this bird is outside, so I don't want to darken it like it is in a studio, something like that. So I need to play a bit with values and colors to see if I can make this one work. Let's see. Wow, I'm getting so much glare. It's insane. Can't do much about it. Just have to stand up and paint. Yeah, the eye is starting to look really nice. Hey, Truls! How's it going, my man? I haven't managed to play World of Warcraft yesterday night. I had to work on a commission as well, so I went to bed late. I really need to come to Denmark to visit you. When I was working in Simrishamn, I was so utterly stressed I just couldn't do anything properly. So I'm sorry if I didn't came to see you. I don't think I have done any live stream like this, where I'm like really focused on one little area and rendering. So I think this can be fun for people, but quite boring because it will take a while till everything kind of starts looking properly. That's one reason I'm gonna do speed videos of my live stream, even though there's barely anyone on my live stream. I've noticed that people are busy. Not everybody has time to be with me for 4 hours while I paint. It depends if you're painting. Then it's a bit of a difference, I think. I don't know if it's a wood statue, I just like the mouth a lot. So I'm gonna use that one. Right now I just want to make this eye really, really beautiful. So... the exposure is a little bit high up, so the camera can actually focus on the detail I'm working on right now. Looks happy, huh? The next project I will work on, I'm gonna have the expensive canvas. And I'm gonna do a big painting. We'll see if I will live stream it. Yeah, this eye is starting to look really nice. Let's soften a little bit this line here. But you see what I mean? It does take time. You have to like look at each individual line and see which one will look better depending if you sharpen it or soften it or change the value of it. Oops, that was too bright of a value. I'll have to sacrifice a little bit of dark in there, but I will work again on it. There you go, and now I can darken again. So you can see with oils it's a lot about going back and forth till you get what you want. Of course, if you work digitally, this would have went faster. And I feel like right now that I'm going a little bit in circles till I find what I want. Buona Ale! Hey Ale! Wow, I think this is the first time my brother is on my live stream. The reference I'm using has this cool little light going through the middle, and I really want that in his eye. Yeah, this is gonna look pretty okay. Okay, now let's brighten up the eyelid, upper eyelid a bit. And try to soften the edge here. Has slowed down quite a lot, hasn't it? Yep. Just going around the edge, trying to give it volume. Takes a while to make something look good. This is when I want to add some cool colors, like a blue. Because right now I'm limited with my colors, don't have pure black, so I want to see if adding cool colors versus warm colors will give me more volume. Yeah, you guys can see it a little bit. You guys also have a picture in the lower left corner, how it looked like when I started it. I feel that that can be a good idea. Let's see. If my friend will see me what small brush I'm using, she will get like, you always tell me to use big brushes. Yeah, well, in this case over here, this brush works really well. even though this might be close to done, I'm gonna let it dry and then work on it again. There's some stuff that I really want to push with this one. Like, I don't just want a dark tone here underneath the eye. Maybe I can use more of a saturated red so it won't get too dark in that way. I have to be a colorist. Man, I so wish everybody could do this, but it comes with a sacrifice doing what I do, for sure. I'm still wondering if I should look for a job. We'll see. Still have some savings left, so this will keep me going for a while. Yeah, this is starting to look really nice. Okay, I'm gonna lower a little bit the light to 1600 ISO and 5.6. Let's go to 5. I think that's good. Yeah. Let's see how sharp I am on the subject. That's the sharpest I can bring it to. Okay, let's continue. So right now I'm gonna go into the beak. I'm still wondering how blue I want the sky. So I'm gonna actually mix it now. Because one reason I'm wondering is because we are getting a certain light on the top of his head. So right now I have like a contour line that defines the shape. Oh my god, my cat's hair is everywhere. So I'm not sure if I should go darker in the background and then add the white on top of it. So I'm gonna mix and see what I get. I don't want to go too blue. Let's add a little bit of red in it. That's too dark. This one can work. Let's go with this one. I need to remember the mixture since I'm gonna use it again. So it was alizarin crimson, ultramarine blue, and white. Yeah, this is a good one. This is one reason I kind of took away black from my palette. I might use it in some areas for sure. But right now with this painting, I pretty much don't need it. So by going darker with the background, I hope I will be able to use some whites within the bird. Then I'll have to paint sky. There you go. I mean, of course, around this area, I'm gonna darken it. I'm gonna leave the eye for a while. I might still go back into it. I usually do that. But I'm gonna go into the beak. So usually when my canvas is very dry, I like mixing a lot on my canvas. So I added a darker tone and now I'm brightening it and gently softening around it. And then I'm brightening it again. Because that's the thing, if I want to get this smooth look to my painting, for me, this works much better. I have to bring out my very thin brush to work on this. Let's see what it is. Ow. I think I put it back. There it is. Okay, let's render the beak. So I have a very thin brush because I really want to pay attention to the outline here. And then I need to construct this angle here correctly. Okay. I need to see if someone wrote on Twitch. Trolls, if you're still there, I actually did try to set up Twitch. Go have your shower, you stinky Danish guy. I think this is the most relaxing live stream I had so far. I want some texture on there. Then I wanna brighten up the beak. Let's see. So I'm gonna see how I'm gonna render the beak. I'm having more than just one reference right now, but this part here, I need to soften it. So right now I'm just tapping, tap, 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 and then I'm cleaning up my brush on the on paper, and then tuk, 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 just to make sure. Okay, then I want to use some blues in here, because right now this shape here is going backwards and then this one is coming forward. So that's one reason I said that I want to play with colors, just to get this feeling within the painting. Go. Now I need some Nice yellows with reds in here as well. Tap, 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 tap. Did I sound a little bit like Bob Ross? There you go. Now it's all up to the colors. There you go. Isn't that lovely? Yes, it is. So much fun. Yeah, it's really fun. Play a little bit with the edge. Right now when I look at all of this, it's just too straight. I kind of like here in the reference this edge goes down and then it goes up. Let's see if I can build that one up. I kind of wish I was native English. I was looking at my videos and God, I hate my accent so much. Tap, 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 tap. Tap, 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 tap. There you go. I'm gonna take a darker tone. Not too dark. I want a little bit of saturated red in it. And see if I can get this. There you go. Just a little bit of an angle. Do you guys see yourselves working like this? Patiently like this? Axe! You know, last night when you wrote to me on, how do you call it? On Discord, you said hello Theo, but I was like mentally brain dead, I just couldn't do anything. And this morning when I woke up, I looked at it again, and I thought that you were sleeping, so I didn't want to text. And then I was thinking, what if Axe doesn't come one day on my stream? Will I get worried? I think I would actually worry because I'm like my mom. When my mom texts me, if I don't answer her in the next 15 minutes, she worries and then she calls me. So I was like really wondering if I would be like that with you, Axe. I'm like, where's Axe? He's not on my stream. Yeah, of course I miss you. You're the only one who sticks with me till the end. I really want to meet you one day. Hopefully I will. Henrik also likes the fact that I pronounce your name wrongly. I call you all the time Axe. I'm not sure if that's how I should pronounce the name. But is Axe really your name? What's your real name? I mean, people calls me Theo, but my full name is Theodora. I also have another name, Daniela, because I know the Swedish people has easier times pronouncing Daniela rather than Theo. And my family calls me Dora. Theodora, Theodora, my name is Theodora. I think we're nailing this, guys. I might actually get into the feathers after a while with this. And I'll be able to sit down. Your name is Stefan Powell? Did I pronounce it correctly? It's Stefan. Or Stefan. It's very similar. We have a name. In Sweden is Staffan. And in Romania is Stefan. So it is a popular name, but it's interesting to see how different cultures has it very differently pronounced, but you kind of recognize the name. I think it's that one that I'm thinking about. How's your drawing coming along? The one you were using the pen on. Do you like it, or? Last time I saw you were working on, I think it was the left eye. Well, it's right eye, but... Nice. Well, grab your pencil, grab your drawing, and let's get cooking. I hope Daniel, I just call him the Norge. I hope they come online, the people from yesterday, because I'm actually thinking of doing like a weekend where I explain about drawing and stuff like that. But I want to talk to them to see when they can join. It'll be really fun if I can do that when they can be online, since you guys are always joining my stream and wasting your time with me. No. Sounds like, when can you do this? Do you think Saturday or Sunday? What's the best time for you? Wow, what an answer. Let's see what the other guys will say. But apparently you can do both Saturday or Sunday. I think it will be fun. Because after I explained a little bit with the edges yesterday, it kind of clicked again for me, because sometimes I myself have to, remind myself how I see things to not waste time going around shapes. By the way, Axel, how do you know that I'm streaming? Where do you see it? Tap, 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 tap. Oh, Discord? What? Really? Discord announced that I have? Well, I remember seeing something yesterday and it also said bot. Is that the one you're getting? Because I felt quite ashamed when I saw, uh-oh, am I spamming people? Is this from the song? Oh yeah, it is. That was an interesting song. Okay, I'm allowed to spam you. I'm glad. This is the trick, going back, sorry. So when I look at the beak right now, I understand that I have a very strong white on top of it. And my question is, how do I make it less flat? I've learned this from a teacher at the school. I'm gonna try to mimic it and see if I can understand how I did it so I can explain it. So yes, I know that we're gonna have pure white here. That's gonna brighten it up more. Like that. And then if I want to show it more, what she taught me, you can overdo this. I remember some of my paintings were a little bit overdone. So she was like, get a darker value than the background and gently paint around the beak. I really hope you guys can see that in the screen. It's like a tiny bit darker value than the background. And then I blend it within the background. So it kind of gives you a certain illusion. Lord of Onions, sleep well. May the dreams take you to a happier place. See you next time, my man. So I know that this is a round shape, and right now I have a very flat tone over here. Even when I look at my references, I can see certain volumes within this shape. So let's get cooking, let's get drawing. That didn't rhyme very well. So let's see, I'm gonna darken here and then here. I'll still have to work around it, because right now it's all about values and making sure that we overdo it when we apply it, because that's how I tend to work with oils, and then gently blend it and make it softer. So it does look less flat. You can see that this is standing out too much, so I'm gonna soften that as well. There you go. Let's continue and work a little bit more on the beak. I'm gonna try to get into this one here, and I'm gonna try to use more pure blue so this won't be too pink. Let's see. I would love to drink. I don't drink that much as I used to. That much sounds like I was an alcoholic. But I like, before I go to bed, I do like drinking some whiskey And then at a point I actually drank too much. Like that's how my tolerance for alcohol is. So I got a bit tipsy. I was like, whoa, okay. I'm tipsy from drinking a tiny glass of whiskey. Lame. So it has changed a lot since I started. Like when I look at the image in the far left down in relationship to what we have now, it's much, much better. I love the eye. It glows. There's still some edges I need to soften, like around the beak here, where it's a little bit too dark. I think I can gently soften a little bit the edges on that line. But yesterday was terrifying with this one. I was looking when I was speeding up the stream. I've noticed how much frustrated I was and how I was erasing. Sometimes it's just good to do it. When you see that nothing works, it's much better if you just erase it. Of course, sometimes I've noticed some people overdo it. They erase all the time and they don't want to work around it. But the more you draw and the more experience you have, you will know when you have to let it go and start again. By the way, Axel, I've moved my microphone a bit closer to me. Is the sound quality regarding me and the music better than yesterday? Yeah, that's nice. I don't know, if I work too tipsy, I don't think I will do much of a good job. Can't believe these brushes I'm using were so dirt cheap. Best brushes. You got good grades for painting with Oh no, someone wrote to me. I hate this program. Someone wrote to me via Twitch. Shanks K1, are you still there? Oh my god, I confused the poor man. So sorry. I'm using this program, but sometimes it doesn't show me the messages, just misses out on it. Maybe if I just go to my Twitch account and I can see the chat there. Okay, let's see, where's the music? Boop. Class on International Cat Day show reel. What's this? Okay. Okay, let's go to my Twitch. Hopefully I can see the chat there. I don't want to miss out. Log in.
It's just before the lust fight? Oh, wait, what? No!
Haha! Sorry, I'm on Twitch. Nope, don't care about you. I guess I go to channel. And it's live. How do I see the chat on this one? Is someone on Twitch that can help me right now? Let's see. Nobody wrote. Okay. Rooms. Welcome to the chat room. I guess this is the one. Yay! Think. Alright, now I have Twitch chat, YouTube chat, so I don't miss out on people. Ta-da! Hurrah! Donk. Okay. Twitch people, if you're there, I hope I will see your text. Because that site, I'm not gonna use it anymore. It's pretty dumb. Well, I will stream via it, but I'm not gonna depend on the chat system there. Oh, this is Talkie Talkie music. Sorry, we can't listen to you. Dream or more collections. I wanna see all the collections. Valentine. Nah. Traditional cat day? What? No. What's this? Oh. Let's try this one. It's by the same artist. Okay, let's go back to work now. Paint, 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 paint. Let's fix the nostril. Let's find that line over there. I really like painting eagles. I like animals in general, to paint them. I think they're fascinating. Brutal animals, some of them. Like I saw this huge, I don't know, I mean it was a predatory bird, but it grabbed grabbed this ram and brought it up in the air and just threw it down to its death. I was like, oh my god. So majestic yet so scary. I mean, those ones can grab a child. And I've seen a video when that actually happened. I think birds are amazing. They're not even conscious of what they can do. They can freaking fly. They can fly. Oh my god. If only I could fly. Axe, do you have a Twitch account? Yeah, that's one reason I cannot have caged birds. Even in Romania, when I go there, most of the chickens are outside eating worms and stuff like that. I have issues when I see birds in a cage. But there's some people now somehow... Oh, Axe, if you can go on Twitch on my account and write in the chat room. I just want to see that it works, so I don't miss out on some people that might write to me. I'm so sorry if I'm disturbing you from it, from drawing. Kapat art. Wait, I think I can do this. Someone told me that it would be better if I tried Twitch out. Have fun, trolls. Yeah, but can you go on my Twitch, trolls, and see if it actually works? Like, just write to me. I just want to see that the chat is working. Because someone wrote to me on Twitch and I didn't see it. That's fine if it has trolls. I'm used to it. I played World of Warcraft, remember? Well, I'm still playing it. Trolls can't troll you if you troll them. I still don't see anything in the chat room. I am not prepared. Well, we'll see. Oh, it works. Thank you, trolls. Now you can go and buy your stuff. You're dismissed. Axe, if you're still there, it works. So you can go back to drawing now. You don't have to stress about it. You put a frog in Twitch? I can change to a bigger brush now. Whoa! Whew! Wow! I almost fell on my computer. Oh, whew! That was a. Oh, Jesus Christ! When I become the odd Nedroom, I'm so gonna have a bigger place. I'm gonna go to the freaking mountains and live there. And just paint. Oh, that was so scary. Pepe the Frog, he's the best, yo. Yeah, I know, I'm still sweating from that event. I was so afraid that I'll fall over. Jesus Christ, that would be so embarrassing. But if something happens to me, then I know that some people know that I might, you know, I'm like in extreme danger. Oh my gosh, she's not answering, she's dying, call 911. See you soon, trolls. So funny, Trolls is not an artist, but he's joining my stream as much as you are lately, Axe. Find that funny. Hey! Oh, that's Axe! Working Dark, that's you! GCEE 911. What does GM means? GM Theodora. Yeah! Trolls. Trolls. Axe, I can actually see you on the Twitch chat. So guys, if you're a little bit confused, I have the Twitch chat and the YouTube chat. So this is good. Oh, good morning. Good morning. What's the time there? I really wonder when's the best time to stream. Because sometimes I get something from people that, you know, like, oh no, I'm gonna miss the stream and all. Because it's more fun when you draw with someone that's actually drawing rather than just putting up a video afterwards. So GC, if you look on the far corner down, on the left side, that's how the painting looked like when we started. So I guess it's a big progress with it. Axe, if you're hearing this, I think it's best if you come back to YouTube, because there's more people on YouTube than on Twitch. I don't know how much Twitch has grown for me, but I'm still trying to learn it. "9:26 a.m. That's morning. And thank you. I mean, I don't know if you know what I'm painting on, but it is a big painting. This is like a small one. So I think this is taking up maybe, I don't know, 15% of the whole painting. So I am working on something quite big. I want to paint even bigger than this one day. My god, I made him smile too much. I'm just trying to get an angle in there that I really like. Again! Oh my god, you always work so hard. Well, thank you for checking on me before you go to bed. I really, really appreciate it. Good night. I should try and stream one day when you wake up. Maybe you can let me know. I can do that for you one day. Welcome back, Axe. I don't know how some people can work like this during the night time. Small little details I wanna do right now. Don't overmodel, don't overdo it. It's getting close, the head. My god, I'm using so much white. Daniel! I was talking with Axe about having a live stream where I explain drawing and stuff like that. And I was wondering, we need to wait on my on the Norwegian as well. Forgot his name. Hopefully he will come online as well. when it's the best time for you to have time to join for that live stream? Maybe 30 minutes from now. So right now it's 3:31 p.m. in Sweden. So around 4 p.m. then. Okay, I'm gonna note that one down just to make sure that I don't forget. GC, since you're still here, you're going to bed. Ow, oops, I moved the camera. Oops. Okay. Would you like to join, GC? When do you think it's the best time for you? Wait, so if you're going to bed, let's presume you sleep 6-7 hours. I'll have to stream during the night, during a weekend. Let's see, I can do this. No, I know, for you, Daniel, I guess it's good. Stupid keyboard. So for Axe, whenever during this time works for him. Let's see, so Daniel can do around 4 p.m. set. Axe, whenever. AM usually. So wait, Daniel, how late is it for you right now? GC said, depends what time I get home from work. You stream on Saturdays. Yeah, I'm thinking of doing a Saturday or a Sunday because people are not working during that time. Axe said that Saturday or Sunday is the best. When is it good for you? Wow, this music is very intense. We need to save the world, guys. 7:30 a.m. here. Is it easier for you, Daniel, if I do it? So if I set 4 o'clock, 4:30, that means that it's 8:30 your time. So let's say that I start around 4:30 p.m. and then we need to choose. GC, do you think you can join us on Saturday at 4:30? That's my time, 4:30, and I presume for Daniel it's gonna be around 8:30. Axe, what do you think? Like in 1 hour from now, do you think you can do it on a Saturday? Okay, cool. So we have that one. Daniel is a go. Axe, are you good with it? Axe. Okay, for Axe is also good. So Daniel and Axe is a go. GC, Saturday, 10:30 a.m. my time. Is that a good time for you on Saturday? You think you can join us for a little bit of a drawing session? I mean, you don't need to. If you don't come online, it's completely fine. The video will still be uploaded on YouTube or Twitch. I'm just wondering if you want to be there. Let me make sure my kids have nothing planned and I might be able to do it. That's one reason I will never have kids. JC, whatever works for you. I don't want to take any of your time, so I just want to make sure that I can give as much as possible to some of you guys. Your wife just gave you permission. I haven't even talked with I can't say my husband, with my boyfriend yet, but I'm sure he will be fine with it because he also needs to work. 3 girls. Oh my lord. Isn't it hard? I know that girls, I know how I was when I was young. I was a terrifying person when I was young, very dramatic. My brother was always super chilled, never stressed, nothing. Sorry for drinking and making you guys hear that. No, I'm not gonna have kids. Hell no. Hell no. I don't have time for kids. Oh my lord, teenagers. Why doesn't he like me, Dad? I want to start a life with him. I'm only 19 and nobody understands me. Oh my lord. Nope. I mean, I left home when I was 19 and a half. I have so much PTSD from that. God. So hard being a teenager nowadays. In a society where freedom is so abundant and then reality hits you and you can't stand it. Swear to God, your generation, GC, it's pretty much dying down. Because I was talking with Hendrik about it, and this generation, you guys know what it means to have a job, responsibility and stuff. Well, the majority, not everyone. But what I noticed about my generation, we all want freedom, but we don't understand that that freedom comes from someone else slaving on, so we can have that freedom. Some of us do. That's one reason we're so grateful. Hendrik will show me the way. Oh my God, I really want Hendrik, and I asked him, you really need to draw life. You need to show people what you can do, because I don't know if I told you, Axe, when he was 19 years old, that guy is really talented, super talented. I'm a little bit amazed on, well, he never been into marketing, so doesn't really care about that. But oh well, I will do it, and when he's ready, I will present him to the world. I'm 43. My girls are soon to be 16, soon to be 14, and one just turned 10. How we say it in Romanian, mulți ani înainte, many years ahead of you. I hope you are mentally healthy and really healthy to just support your kids. Henrik seems like a cool cat. He is a very nice person. I mean, Daniel, you said that you like the portrait of this girl that I'm painting. It's because of Henrik helped me with finding a good reference and showing me in Photoshop how it will look like. In like 50 seconds, he solved the problem that I was struggling with for hours. So he's pretty smart. His IQ is pretty high. I'm not that smart. I'm pretty dumb in comparison to him. My mother told me that when you get your own child, you don't see anything else but your kids. Like, you're willing to sacrifice so much just to keep your kids happy. I mean, I see my parents, how much they've done. One reason I'm still painting right now is because my mom and my dad are still supporting me, and I'm 29 years old. Most parents will not do that for their kids. They'll go like, get a job. But that's one reason I'm hoping that this will get me somewhere. Hope one day a gallery will come online and go like, damn, your paintings are pretty cool. But I don't know. I just want to enjoy the process, and if I have to get a job, it's fine. I keep saying that, but I know I can get a job. Well, I'm off to bed. See you later, Theodora. Have a good stream. Later, Daniel. Later, Axe. Sleep well, GC. Sleep well. Okay, let's get back into the painting now. So it's on. I will need to prepare some materials for Saturday. Let's see. Okay, that part. I hope you guys don't see my head in the painting. Well, if you do, you do. No, I won't stress about it, but I remember when I was before I went to the school, when you said yesterday that you know you have drawing issues, that reminded of how much I struggled with it before I went to the school. So I felt, after explaining some stuff on this painting yesterday, yeah, I feel like I want to do this for you guys. Because it makes sense for me, the way I look at things. So I'm hoping that this might help you guys. I picked up the small brush for a reason. What was I supposed to do? Yeah, okay, I see. Daniel, I will tell you a secret about Nick Alm. I think it was so sweet. This summer, me and my friend Malo, we went out to pose for him in nature. I'm a nudist. I love swimming naked. It's such a good feeling. So me and my friend, we posed for him. And I was so shocked when I saw the materials. I lost my mind. You know that I have this bucket that I use to clean up my brushes in? He had a pickle jar. And when he was cleaning up his brushes, there was no terpene there, it was just residues. I asked him, like, what type of materials do you have? And he said that he hasn't been among other artists, so he doesn't, how do you say it in English? He didn't get an idea of it. Because, for example, my luck is that I was in an art school and I learned tremendously a lot from my peers. But in his case, he's been mainly alone, but he's very, very kind. And I remember while he was cleaning his bloody brushes in the residue, he spilled terps and residue on my friend's backpack. It was awful. He looked at it in shock, and I told him, you know, that backpack is pretty brand new, so he had to actually transfer my friend the amount of money to buy herself a new backpack because it didn't came off. It was like this very pinkish bright color. So I'm gonna meet him up on the 1st of December, and I'm actually gonna give him a bucket just because I promised him. Do you know what what I'm talking about regarding the buckets? Let me know and I can send you a link. They're very, very, very good. I think you do since you're American. Yeah, he's a very kind person. When I went to the yeah, you do know about the buckets. Good. When I went to the American Portrait Society, everybody was with their noses up all the time. But I did meet very kind people as well, very honest. You could actually feel that they were honest and not trying to be someone else. So that gave me a lot of hope. I really don't want to be a smug painter. Oh, look at me, I'm such a fancy painter. I'm so talented, blah 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 blah. Whatever. I do want to have a stream where we can talk the little ones for Finner. This one's. And I have, this is not Terps, this is Zeist. I use a different brand because turpentine in a small apartment will kill my lungs. I hope you see it. Some of my friends has, I just got paint on my hands. Oh my god. Some of my friends has like the big bucket. I kind of like the small one. I kind of need to clean up the bucket pretty soon, but I'm a bit lazy. Yeah, so imagine he had like a pickle jar. He didn't even have like something to, like a rough surface so he can clean up his brush in. It was so sad. And the things, like he had like a plastic bag carrying his brushes and his paints. I was like, dude, you're like one of the most amazing artists I've ever met. But you're like the most kindest person. You just don't even care about materials. You just want to paint. Because you know that there are these people that just wants to have the best materials because we all want to have the best materials. But there's some people that can create masterpieces by just using the shittiest brush on the planet. I think that's really, really sweet. So what's your plan for today? Are you gonna start some painting soon? Oh, are you struggling with that? It was the same thing with the portrait of this painting. I spent like a long time just trying to solve it. Yeah, I can relate to that. You put so much soul into it, but it just doesn't want to work. No matter how much you try, it just doesn't freaking work. I was actually reading Sargent's notes, and apparently he threw a painting out the window. That's how angry he got with it. So If a master does that, yep. Okay. Whoa, my neighbor is really pouncing the floor upstairs. If I can hear from my headphones, Jesus. I'm feeling pretty good about the painting right now. I'm just gonna finish the tongue in this shape and then go into the feathers a little bit. I wish I could do that, but I'm in the basement. I really hate the little lag I have. What do you mean? What was I talking about that reminded you of that? I will let you work soon, so you can get into it again. Okay, see, I know how to connect this now. So if you want, you can just leave the screen on and just let me babble so you can work. That's one reason I have this stream. I don't want to keep people from working. Throwing paintings out the window. Yep. I still have some canvases upstairs in the attic that I just don't want to even look at them. I wanted to throw them, but a friend of mine stopped me from doing it. So, still stuck with it. It's not easy being creative. It's so much pressure being an artist. It's beautiful. It's amazing being an artist, but you have to make a bunch of sacrifices to keep going with it. I wish I can explain that to my dad. He keeps asking me to give him grandsons. I think you say it in English. And I'm like, I don't have time for it. I keep lying to him, and I always said that I will never lie. I said that, yeah, sure, when the time comes. Maybe I'm lying because in a way I desire that, but I can't. I don't have time for it. I know I will regret it one day. I do dream that I have a child, but all the time when I dream that the child is dead, feels like so dramatic. I'm sorry. Enough drama, Theo. Just focus on the painting. And now I'm very weird. Now I'm gonna start brightening up a little bit inside the eye. Somehow things are starting to click for me, so I can actually do this. A little bit of tone here and there. Some texture. One less person to put you in a nursing home. Yeah, I can relate to that. And Axe, I'm the same. I buy materials when I go out. I like I like looking at pencils and brushes. I think the most stressful thing for me right now is when I know I'm in Sweden, I'm never close to my family, and it terrifies me. I dreamt about my grandmother, and I was telling her that I forgive you because we had some drama in my life. And I got so worried, I thought that she might have died, so I called my dad. My dad said that she's okay, she's like 83 years old. But I'm terrified that I'm so far away and then I'll receive a phone call, and I haven't seen them in like months, and me and my family were very, very close to each other. Hey Theo, come home. Your grandmother passed away. Nobody lasts forever, huh? Welcome back, trolls, to the most dramatic conversation ever. But you know, even though it's a dramatic conversation, it's what inspires my paintings. And that's something that I want to have on the live stream at the point. It's like, what inspires you to do art? Why are you painting? Is it just for the funsies? Do you want to show something to yourself or to the world? I know some people that does arts just for the sake of, you know, developing themselves to feel that they're worthy. Some people don't even care about that. They just like expressing something, and that's it. Death is a part of life. Yep. It really is. And time is the biggest culprit. I cannot believe that we're already at the end of this year. It feels like yesterday I came to Sweden. I don't know if I want to live forever. I can tell you that I don't mind dying. Sounds a bit weird. I don't mind dying. But what terrifies me the most is when I see old people, how much they struggle. So I don't mind getting old, but don't have my body, you know, crumbling down because I'm getting old. If you understand what I mean. That's the only thing. Like, sure, I can get old, but don't stress me out till the moment I die. Because this is, when I talk with my grandmothers, it's like, oh, I can barely walk, oh, I can barely do, when I was young, oh, I could move so much. And I'm like, oh my god, that's gonna be me one day. So I was thinking of making paintings regarding this kind of feeling, because I always pondered the fact that I will not be here anymore. One day I just close my eyes, and that's that. That's the end of everything. So I was like thinking how I can express this through paintings, and I did that painting, Time Bringer of Death. And now I want to do something that's relating to my childhood, because all the time when I dream, it's not about what I'm doing now, it's not about time, the present time, it's always back then, at my at the old apartment we used to live in, and the adventures and everything. When I dream very vividly, so it's really alive. I feel so alive in my dreams, more than I feel in real life. Sad, but that's the truth actually. And I want to express that. I want to show in a painting the feeling of desire to go back in time. But you have this person, I was thinking of painting this person, very mature, quite old, holding like either a torn off blanket or a teddy bear or something like that. So I'm still trying to figure out how I can do that. In the future I'll forget how to paint. Well, maybe that's when I will create better work. You know what they say, if you want to create something, forget how you know, you've learned everything. Now it's time for you to forget everything. It's fine. I don't need to paint everything as the reference shows me. It's working. We're not all similar, so maybe some of them has a shorter beak. And you might also see it shorter because the camera is a little bit skewed, just so you know. It's not completely frontal. Because I don't get that feeling. Maybe just a little bit, but it's not as much as presumably you're seeing it on the screen. Ah, my Norwegian friend. Hey, hey. Vegard. Me, Axel, Daniel, GC, he went offline to sleep. And presumably Trolls as well, if he wants to. I'm thinking of doing, what's impressing me is you can see that the left corner of the eye is slightly closer than the corner on the right. I'm trying to understand. The corner of the eye is slightly closer than the corner on the right. I think I understand what you mean. Oh, yeah, sorry. Vegard. So we were wondering on Saturday. I don't know what time it is right now in Norway, if you're 1 hour. Mocap. Sorry, I have also Twitch. Hey Mocap, I also have YouTube, and it's more commotion on YouTube. You can stay on Twitch, but it's gonna be a little bit weird with people hearing me talking from one chat to another. So welcome to the Twitch, I guess. Okay, so in Norway right now is 4:06. Okay, so on Saturday, wait, Daniel Kane said because birds have binocular vision. Ah, like that you mean? Yeah, I understand. I mean, the thing is that I'm not just painting this just because I have reference. I'm not just gonna copy the reference. If I change it a little bit, but it's functional, it's fine with me. It's really fine. Okay, going back. So on Saturday, I was thinking around 4:30 p.m. CET to have a stream where I actually explain a little bit about the basic drawing. Oh, come on, trolls. Stop being a troll. So, Vegard, do you think you can join us on Saturday at 4:30 for some drawing, talking, and explaining? You can ask questions and everything if you feel like it, and I can try to solve it and explain it to you. I was really hoping that you will come online, I can tell you that. See you soon then. Okay, I really want to finish the head. Well, finish. Maybe. I think I might want to do that. Let's see. Okay, I need to change my leg. Don't fall down, Theo. Don't fall down. There you go. There. That's nicer. Let's put some. Well, you don't need to commit to it. I just want to let you know that that's when we can do it, and if you can join. But if you can't, it's completely fine. I mean, nobody cares about Norway anyways. You brought the thing into the world. If you know the reference. Goddamn Norges. God, I love that movie. The Thing. It's the best. Grab your sketchbook and draw a little bit if you want to. Yeah, drawing principles, like I will have to print out a barg or just explain a little bit angles, and I think I will start with the barg or just have my skull so I can explain some basic stuff. I'm not sure how I will go about it. I just figured out today that I feel like I want to do that. So it doesn't need to be like a 4-hour stream. It can be like just, you know, 1 hour, and that's about it. Can't believe this tongue. I don't want to make it too bright. I know that the tongue is a little bit, it's not completely straight. It's coming out of his mouth. That's one reason, get some light on it. Yeah, fabric is not easy, like folds and stuff like that. We can draw. I don't know how to explain. It's not that it's hard. It's something called it's practice basically. Here's a question: how long do you spend on a painting? When I was in school, the longest time I spent on something was 2 months. And usually we spend a lot of times when we do our casts. Our cast drawings are usually the longest. And one reason we spend so much time is because, of course, it's about not finishing the product fast, but learning from it. That's one reason it's good to go to a type of school like this, because it pushes you to do things that you're not very comfortable with. So if it comes to a fold, yeah, sure, you can draw a fold, but when you're unsure of how to do it, that's when someone can just come and show you, hey, you know, you can render like this, like this. You see this edge over here? If you draw it like that, it's gonna look more like it's turning and so on. That's the beauty about actually having a school. You get the experience from someone that went through the struggle of learning all of those stuff, and now it's basically giving you all of it in one go. Like I said, some of the students I've worked with really surpassed me, much better than me. Because when I was young, even though I was getting the same amount of training from my teachers, some of them might have not known a specific thing that I know right now that kind of clicked for me faster, and it's because of those people it clicked so fast. Because they told me a certain little secret, and I kind of developed on it. And then I told my students as well, hey, you know, if you turn this pen like this and you do it like that, then boom, you have a value like in that way. And it clicked for them, and then they kind of improved that technique. And sometimes I'm like, whoa, how did you do it? Well, I just did this in this direction and it felt much more realistic. I'm like, damn, that's great. I'm proud of you. So, it's hard to explain. That's one reason I want to have this kind of live stream where I sit down and I draw. Like I'm doing right now. You see all of these small little things. It might be boring for people to watch, but the small little details that I'm doing right now is what's gonna make the painting really good. But this is like the end result for it. What was the most important was the drawing and the foundation of it before I actually painted on top of it. Because if my foundation was bad, I could have went into details and it will still look bad. But all of these small little things that I'm doing right now, you know, going here and softening this tiny little edge, you know, a lot of unexperienced artists will not even think about going this deep and, you know, analyzing it to the point where they take every little side of this edge, softening it, sharpening it, etc. That's what makes a painting really good. I mean, I have failed so many times, and it was hard to accept my failure. But those failing moments is what improved me, not success when it came to completing a painting. And it was hard, man. I mean, I cried at the point when I noticed I couldn't draw or paint specific things. It wasn't a very easy journey, but really worth it. I can show you guys like before and after, like how I used to draw and how I'm painting now. And the first portrait I've done from life at Sara was horrible. But I want you guys to know that it is a process of learning. You can't just be godlike in one go. I mean, I've been painting on this, even though I've been live streaming. This is 2 hours and 24 minutes just on this. And it's still not done. I might still go back in it. And like tiny, tiny little things. It's always that. Well, this is already advanced. I think it would be good if you get a teacher that you can draw with, by the way, trolls. I mean, in my case, when I gained the knowledge of drawing and I was watching videos, like Richard Schmidt a la prima portrait, I started doing a lot of like a la prima. And just by watching him paint, so much clicked for me. I was like, ah! But for me, for all of those stuff to click, I need to have the foundation, which is basically the drawing. Because if you don't have that, if you're going to painting, sure, it can work. But the quality might not be what you expect. Or maybe that's what you want. I don't know. That's one reason I tend to ask people like, what's your favorite artist? And then they go like, well, I like Caravaggio. And I'm like, why do you like Caravaggio? I like the way he paints the shadows. Ah! I just dropped my brush in my paints. God damn it. Hold that thought. I need to clean up my brush. Clumsy tail. De ce te-ai tot timpul le pui pe jos? Nu poți să ții și tu pensul ăsta în mână cum trebuie. Ah, there you go. So... No, Misha. Oh my god, that's the chicken. 1 second. Ay, Misha. No, no. Ow. Ow, my legs. Sorry, guys. Misha, seriously now. You're not supposed to eat the chicken. It gives you the shit. Gotta put it in the fridge. Let's see. Ah, it's still frozen. I'm gonna take it away. No. Fuck off. No. It's too frozen. We have to wait for it to defrost and then I will give you a little bit. I'm not gonna give you too much. You had stomach problems, remember? Ugh. Yeah, it's almost 5 o'clock. It's her time to shine. Vegard, regarding the Charles Bark. Yeah, I mean, when I became a teacher, we mainly handled the beginners at the start. Before I went to the advanced students, it was a lot of barks. Like I remember I was critiquing 12 people when it comes to just barks. And I find it harder to critique bark drawings than big project paintings. It takes so much energy because you see the mistakes, but you have to analyze them so you can explain them to the students why this is a mistake, why this is correct, and so on and so forth. So what I was going with the fact that, you know, when I ask someone, what's your favorite artist? Okay, it's Caravaggio. Why? Well, I love the contrast. Okay. So then when they tell me what they like, I kind of get an idea of the style, because they don't only like the contrast, they like the way it's technically painted and drawn. Maybe subject, but I in general ask about technique. So then I tell them, if you want to paint like Caravaggio, you need to go for your drawing. And you have to draw a lot. I can tell you what you need to draw and what you need to start with. First of all, if you can find a good teacher that can guide you and tell you the mistakes you're doing, like let's say on your barks, that's a plus, because you're sharpening your skills to see, observe, and analyze. And after that, you know, okay, values. Well, how do I understand values? Well, it's all about squinting. Oh, what does squinting mean? It's like when you gently close your eyes and everything becomes more simplified and you just see values, like in dark and white. What's in dark? It's barely visible. It's like just a flat tone. Well, of course, it depends on how dark the tone is. Also, Caravaggio's paintings, they're pretty old, and oil tends to get quite dark in time. So maybe within those very dark shadows, there were actually some value details in it. I'm not sure. And let's say that someone goes like, well, I like, for example, Sorolla. And I'm like, okay, why do you like Sorolla? The colors. Well, you need to study color theory. You need to understand the advantages of using warm versus cool colors. Cool colors goes back, while the warm colors brings the forms forward. So you need to learn about that. But the thing is, with Soroya, I can show you what he did before he went into this expressionistic way of painting. He had a lot of like masterish painting, so everything starts from that point where you have bark, casts, figure model, still lifes, and more figure drawing, and a lot of sketching. So, and also sometimes I tell people, if you're too stressed out when you paint and draw, then it's not your ability to draw that's the issue, it's your mind that you need to clarify. Because if your mind is not in the right place, you will fail with your art. And I'm talking from my own experience. So I had a lot of students that had extreme demons they were dealing with every day. I suck at this, I'm bad at this. It's like we're so good at putting ourselves down instead of motivating ourselves. And that's the trickiest part of being creative, because we are so connected, which is a good thing, but at the same time, a very distracting thing. Zetsubo Roko, hello. We're talking about some interesting things that I myself told my students and myself. So the thing is with art, if your mind is not in the right place, you're gonna have hard times painting. It's like Daniel was saying that he almost threw his painting out the window. That's harsh. And he's not the only one. I threw a drawing like 1 month ago or 2 months ago in the trash can because I didn't want to look at it anymore. And it was a commission that I started for someone. My battery just died. So before you start with art, you need to understand that there will always be people better than you with a different type of level. And this is your journey alone in improving yourself and becoming a better person first, and then becoming a better artist. And what I'm trying to get with this, it's so weird talking to myself sometimes. But in my case, when my mind became more stable, when I let go of a lot of things, of my old self, and I understood what I was supposed to do, and I'm still struggling sometimes to figure things out. I'm not a protege. For example, when I was younger and I was the best in my class, whatever, I thought of myself as being a prodigy, or whatever you pronounce it like. So my ego was intensely big. So I told you guys yesterday on the stream, when I started the school, that basically got crushed. It's also something that, you know, my parents sheltered me a lot, and they always told me that, you know, I'm the best, I'm the best, I'm the best, blah, blah, blah. So that took a toll on me. So once I solved that issue, when I crushed my ego, when I understood my weaknesses and all of this stuff, but not just get depressed out of it. Yeah, prodigy. God, where was I going with this? So first, I will simplify so then I can get back into painting, because my mind is going in circles right now. Solve your goddamn life. You know, how Jordan P. Peterson said, you know, clean up your room. Because even though my room right now, it's a mess, it's a balanced, chaotic mess, because everything gets put in order so I don't step on things, even though sometimes I'm clumsy. One reason I do it is because I'm clumsy. And once you're very relaxed and you understand that you have a certain level and this is your journey alone. And I know sometimes we look at other artists and we get, you know, we see their success, we see how good it goes for them, but you don't really know them. You don't know what's underneath that surface, the struggles and the demons they have to deal with every freaking day. One reason I also wanted to have this stream is because when I was young, I was seeing all of these people as the badasses. I was like, oh my God, they're living the life of the artist. They're so lucky. They had it so easy to get there, and all of that shit, you know, being young and stupid. So I wanted to be a part of the gang, and I was relating myself more to themselves than to myself, if you understand what I mean. Instead of figuring myself out. I was trying to figure them out, but it's hard. That's the problem with the internet. We just see the surface. You go on Instagram, hashtag happy life. Sure, you can write all of this hashtags, but I had the chance and the opportunity to talk to some of these, you know, incredibly talented and hardworking, famous artists, if you want to take it like that. And I've seen that they are like us. They have struggles all the time. When you think that you've reached a point where it's like, yes, that's where I wanted to go, I'm done. Wait a second, I've reached this, now what? I've reached the point I wanted to reach, now what? We're never satisfied, and that's a good thing, because that's how we improve. And that's how I am, to a certain degree, because I'm very pessimistic. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I say some stuff that I try not to, because I will just put people down. That's one reason, for example, I enjoy listening to my friend Miles. He talks about life very, like, we are such a different scale. He's like the guru, the positive artist. I'm more of the negative, the realistic. I don't even know if I should say it realistic, because I'm comparing it to my life, not to other people's life. So when someone asks you, why do you paint? Why do you draw? Why do you paint these trees? Why do you paint this eagle? What does your painting represent? You can tell them it's just a beautiful painting with two birds. Or you can go something like, it's a cultural thing. It's the Mongolian culture that I've inspired from, because it's beautiful. Why? Well, for God's sakes, I love birds. And that's one reason I wanted to paint this. Because I will kill to just go to that place, ride a horse, and have an eagle sitting on my arm. I'll kill for that. So behind art is a lot of philosophy, and I think that's what will inspire you to create your art. And when you feel very excited about this and you're determined to learn, that's when you're gonna have the best results. I mean, I can say that this year has been the best year of my entire life. I've did amazing drawings. I'm finally accepting the way I paint, and I love it. I still have moments when I put myself down, but then I have amazing people that supports me and helps me. So yeah, I love art. It gives me so much hatred and passion and love that I want to pick up my palette right now and paint. I'm talking too much. So think about that. When you paint something, why do you do it? Why do you like painting this? What's your favorite artist? Analyze that artist. Go back into his background. If you like Sargent, get Sargent's notes and read them. You will have a blast reading those ones. Oh yeah, my headphones. I need to see how loud the music is for you guys. Oh, there's actually no music playing. I think that line was a bit too sharp. It feels like it's too rounded. It's missing some form. This shape here, I don't like it. So I'm gonna pick up my small little brush and try to find some edges. Edges, edges. Oh yeah, you guys will hear me say a lot about edges, 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 edges. Line quality, line quality, line quality. I think that's very helpful even when you paint. The more you obsess over edges, the better you will make the painting look, because you're gonna make it more three-dimensional. Okay, so right now when I look at this edge, it's too rounded. I don't like that. I wonder if I can zoom on it a little bit more. Well, of course I have a better camera. Well, lens. There you go. Let's just zoom in on that little shape and see how we can make it a little bit more angular. So right now I'm gonna mix a dark tone, and I will look at it as being a pencil. So right now I'm painting, I'm not drawing. Let's see. I also need to use my mole stick. There you go. It's a little bit of an angle in there. Okay, now I need to mix a brighter tone. It would have been easier if this was pencil. I don't know where to put my palette. Let's just put it here. Okay, let's mix white with some red. A little bit darker, not too bright, because I'm gonna work very close to the dark edge. There you go. Hey, Septi. Okay. So now I wanna... So I'm trying to be very angular to make it less rounded. There you go. Now the tricky part is the softening. Right now the edges are too sharp. When it comes to the contrast, there's no blending. So even though we have this very sharp edge here, the light falls in a certain way, so we need to have a certain gradient value over there. So before I start tapping and softening, I'm gonna try to find a darker red tone. Oh, nice! I don't have time to level up any of my other characters. Okay, that's not enough. I need more. There you go. I hope you guys can see it. So it's much more interesting. Before it was just very round and boring. Didn't have enough shapes. So when you think in more angular shapes, and this is something I want to explain on Saturday when we're gonna have the live stream. It's the benefit of building it and being more angular when you make certain lines. Because when I was painting around this area, I was quite straight. I wasn't having a certain round gesture to it. Of course, it depends on the situation. And now my brush is clean. My oils are wet, so I'm just gonna gently soften. It's getting there. I'm also looking at the screen to see what you guys are seeing. The small details right now. Thank you, Septi. It's going good. By the way, on Saturday at 4:30 Swedish time, I think it's gonna be 5:30 in Romania. I'm gonna have a live stream where I explain, you know, more drawing. You're welcome to join if you want to join. That was my cat. Yeah. Sometimes my brush might not even be purely clean. It might have like a middle tone between, let's say, the brighter tone and the darkest tone. It kind of worked. Right now I think I need to work with the white tone. It's a little bit out of shape. When I look at my reference, it's a little bit more rounder here on the edge. This one. So I'll need to pick up some white paint and fix that. So that's gonna make it a little bit more interesting. I love painting on my canvas. So sometimes I go darker and then I just gently paint on top with, let's say, a brighter tone, and I get this nice gradients within my painting. So you see, like, I'm a little bit darker than I should. But that's fine, because then I'm just gonna gently brighten it up. Then I get more of a smoother transition. Next painting I'm gonna work on, I'm gonna have the expensive canvas. So I forced my angles. My brush is not clean, I just gently used paper to take off excessive oil. There you go. It's tricky, the reference I'm using is pretty blurred out, so but I'm trying to use common sense. Now I'm gonna clean up my brush because I added quite a lot of thick pure white in there. Here. So now I might have to, yep, there you go, clean up my brush. There you go. So these are quite nice way of working when, let's say, your oil is really dry. You can actually come with fresh paint and you can get a very nice smooth transition. Sometimes in my case it gets too smooth and that's when I don't like it as much. The last time before I started changing the portrait of the girl, I couldn't stand looking at it because it was too smooth. So when I painted on it again, I tried my best to not overly smooth things because it's very easy to do that when the oil is dry. In my case, it was. Almost done with the head. And of course I don't want to paint too detailed. That's not something I really like doing. I like when there's a little bit of texture and variation. For example, right now I feel like I want to soften that edge on the tongue here. So everything is pretty wet, and with a small little brush. There you go. There's always some things left to do. I think the line under the beak is too close to the angle of the tongue, almost. I'm not trying to really draw the reference, by the way. I'm a little bit changing it. I think the line under the beak is too close to the angle of the... Ah! Yeah, I see what you mean. This one here, right? This one in relationship to this. It's too low, isn't it? So it doesn't feel correct, anatomically speaking, right? No. You guys can critique and say whatever you want. This is not like, oh, you're hurting my pride. How dare you? I'm also learning. I'm always learning. So if you guys see something bad, just say it. Yeah, I see what you mean. I think that can be solved pretty easily by moving this one a little bit. And also the tongue, the angle of the tongue, yeah. Okay, I think I know what I need to do. I will have to steal a bit. Let's see if it's gonna work. Move the tongue. Then I need... Ah, too dark. Okay, then I need to turn the tongue a little bit. It's bad. You should give up on art, Theo. You're wasting your time. Do something more productive with your life. Get a job. Okay. Now I'm gonna... I hope I got it right, Septi. Excuse me, have you named the bird or the girl? What? I haven't named them. You wanna do the honors? And name them? Trying to sharpen this. There you go. So what would you name the birds? Thunder and lightning. Kachkai and Bethbent. That's kind of cute. I like Kachka. Pompel and Pilt. Yeah. Strussel och Blixel. That's also cute. It's like my neighbor's cats. I love them, they're so cute. Tom and Jerry. Yeah, it does actually. Should make a story behind all of this. Thank you for the advice. I might actually do it. Come up with a story and some names for these guys. Nice critique. Drop the goddamn pen. Ow. Nice critique, Septi. That was really, really helpful. To clean up the floor, it's paint everywhere. There you go. The downside about painting at home, you have to be extra careful. I actually got some oil paints on my good clothes. Oops. Oh well. Reynolds and Burt Reynolds and Jackie Chan. That's funny. I'm almost close to being done with this one. I will continue on it. I know yesterday I said that I will continue with the bird even though I won't live stream, but I felt bad doing it without showing you guys the changes that can happen within the painting. So then I can actually work on the feathers even though I'm not live streaming. I gave you guys the top of the cherry cake. What's it called? How do you say it? Then I'll have to paint feathers. Now I'm using a little bit of medium so I can draw a little bit easier. But that's how I kind of figured out how to draw feathers, by just actually trying to understand how feathers shapes are instead of being too painterly, because sometimes I think when you're too painterly you might miss out on how the actual form is, and there's so much variation that you might actually make more of a mess rather than, you know, and it actually works against you. It doesn't really work with you. So right now, even though I'm making some lines and doesn't look good, it's fine. I might change the feathers and make something else. Okay, I'm gonna use some medium because I want to prepare this from when I start painting on it. Ooh, I got paint on my finger. Okay guys, I will stop now. The live stream started with 0 people and now we have like 3 people. What medium? Just solvent? I'm using poppy oil as my medium, like pure poppy oil. So I like it because it's slow dry. I know that I have friends that are so into mediums, but like I said before on the stream, I've been so lucky. My paintings hasn't cracked or anything in comparison to some of my friends that made the most sophisticated medium ever. I'm like, whatever, just gonna use poppy oil and my zested turpentine thing. That's completely fine. Yeah, this works. Cleaned it up a little bit. So, let's see a little bit the whole painting. So, as you can see, the reference on the... Go a bit close. That was my neighbor, he sneezed. There you go. So this is how it ended up. So we have the reference before on the corner left down. And we've been going for 3 hours with talking and stopping and all of that. So we're pretty much done for today. I will still continue, I just need to prepare the food and everything like that. Ow. So I think this painting next week, it might be done. I have to start on another drawing and then I actually want to start on a huge canvas. Well, not that huge, it's the one that you guys see here on the back. This is also just stretched canvas. So, anyways, I hope you guys will have a nice evening. I'm gonna finish my coffee and then chill a little bit. My brain is fried in a good way. I actually feel that I really nailed the bird. I'm really liking it so far. I think it's gonna look nice when the feathers will come in, and then I also work on the background and fix the sky. The feathers is gonna be a lot. I can show you guys. No worries, Daniel. I'm glad that this is a little bit motivating people. But you can see the way I'm like trying to paint feathers. I find it really challenging. I still don't think this really works. Everything is too repetitive in my regards with this one, so I might still go back into it. It was a good job. I hope you will also have easier times with that painting and not throw it out the window. So you see I'm much looser in here. I'm thinking of keeping some parts loose while some other parts really rendered. And then, of course, the background. Anyways, I will let you guys know tomorrow about Saturday. I think I will post it on Instagram if some other people might join. Daniel, good luck with your painting. Guys, thank you for joining in and not letting me be all alone. I'll see you guys either tomorrow, but for sure on Saturday. I know that I have Daniel on Discord, I have Axe on Discord for Jensen? I don't know what that means. So, no worries. Trolls, I might see you a little bit in World of Warcraft. I actually want to go in a little bit and do some daily quests. Thank you guys. Take care. Bye bye.